Hi everyone, so today I'll be going over my empties for the month of May. Like always, I'll have these separated into categories in case you're only interested in certain items. So the first category will be skincare, and like always, I have a bunch of sheet masks, typically every month. I don't anticipate having any in the next like 2 to 3 months, but let's go on to the ones that I have for this one. So of course, I have the Tony Moly sheet mask that I purchased from Marshalls and TJ Maxx. They're really good price. They're like $9.99 for a pack of 10, so that's like $1 each. But the ones that I like the most are definitely like the skin purifying ones because I noticed that if I have little like clogged pores or blackheads, I feel like it loosens it up a bit. I'm not sure if it actually has like exfoliating acids or something like that, but I do also enjoy that the scent is a lot lighter than in the other ones. This one, I'm red wine. I've used this a lot, especially when I was younger. So despite this having like a heavier scent than the I'm seaweed one, I think that I'm just used to it. So again, this is another one that I like. And then we have clear skin, I'm rice. So if I remember correctly, I think this one was oddly fragrant. So I didn't really care too much for it. And I didn't notice anything like out of the ordinary compared to the other ones. So yeah, there's that. I definitely would repurchase. However, I have a lot right now that I don't need any necessarily anytime soon. All right, so let's go on to a cleanser that I finished up. This is the cleanser by Selfless by Hiram, Centella, and Green Tea. So this was a packaging back when he first launched his brand. So if you don't know Hiram, the YouTuber, he got into Sephora and his line was like in collaboration with the Inky List. This cleanser sold for $20. However, he no longer, or his brand is no longer in Sephora. I believe he moved over to Target, and the old inventory in stock ended up finding its way to TJ Maxx, Marshall stores. So I purchased this cleanser for, I believe it was $4.50. So it was a really good price. It wasn't a creamy cleanser, it was a gel cleanser. But the issue with this is that you notice it's broken off here. I don't think I broke it off, I think my sister did. But this hinge part was really easily broken. So I think it would work better if it was like, here's another empty, like this type of a cleanser or a pump bottle. I think that would have been a lot better. Also, another thing that I don't like about this is if you notice the best after opening is 6 months. So I feel like this doesn't have like preservatives and stuff. Cleansers are one of the products that takes me the longest to finish. So unfortunately, I feel like I need more of a shelf life than 6 months. So I wrote down that I opened this 9/2024. Wait, 9/24. Okay, 9/24 of 2023. This was like kind of expired. I'm not sure. I can't do mental math right now. I'm like slightly sick. But yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this, but it was a good cleanser to use for $4.50. However, I have other basic cleansers that have a longer shelf life that I enjoy slightly more, so I wouldn't repurchase that. The next item that I briefly showed, we have a Korean skincare product from the brand Isntree. So this is a Sika Relief. So I bought this because it was during the time that I was really into like peptide creams. Unfortunately, despite the fact that I really like this one, it wasn't super hydrating or anything. It came out a little bit like of a green tint. They no longer make this product. I tried checking Jolse and Stalvana. So I feel like if I do find products or like old, like basically if I find this product again, I'm sure it's going to be like older inventory or stock, and I really don't want to worry about using expired products. So yeah, there's this one, and I like it when they use this type of a twist tube instead of one that like flips open. I feel like that hinge part again tends to always break. And here it was for revitalizing and calming cream. So that's mainly from the Sika. So I would use this typically after like if I went out into the sun, it was really hot and my skin was slightly irritated, or when I used exfoliating acids. So unfortunately, I can't repurchase this again, but it was a nice product. Okay, next one we have a Korean skincare product. This was from the brand Skin. I believe it's Skin. Yeah, Skin 1004. This is the Madagascar Centella Hylucica Water Fit Sun Serum SPF 50 PB+, PA4 pluses. So I believe this is like either a hybrid sunscreen or fully chemical sunscreen. I can't really remember at this point. I did like using this when it was slightly warmer because there are some Korean sunblocks that are more like cream based that it's better to use during the winter. However, since the texture was slightly more liquidy or watery, I found that it was really easier to use during the morning or the daytime, and I feel like it didn't weigh down my skin. If my voice slightly changed, I had like a slight coughing fit, so I'm trying not to talk too loudly. But yeah, overall, I really like this product. However, this one is a little bit harder to purchase because I would have to buy it from Jose or Stalvana, and I find that my sister and I aren't really purchasing from those sites anymore, despite the like Black Friday sales or the Cyber Monday sales. So yeah, also I think this one was anywhere from $17 to like $23. So this one, the price is typically a little bit higher. Oh, also, I almost forgot, but I didn't like the packaging. So initially I liked that this one had a pump. So I'm like, oh, okay, easy, like a pump. And then when I thought I was done, I opened it, right? And I noticed that the pump doesn't go all the way. So there was a bunch of product all around the edges right there. Whereas if this was just, let's say, this type of a product, you can like legit just like squeeze, 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 and then like kind of go like this. And then I feel like you get slightly more product out of it. So while I did enjoy the pump for a little bit, I feel like it's not the best because after I cut it, I feel like I had product for like a week or something. And I think it's not good to like introduce air into your skincare products, especially sunblock. So I don't think I would repurchase it, but it was nice for what it was worth. Next one, I don't think this is skincare, but honorary hair care mention. Here we have Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Scalp Scrub. So I did a haul over a year ago where I was able to find these on sale for $1, where the regular price was $7.74. And I should have emptied them out each time I finished a product. I'm like, oh, I really enjoyed it. And while I did enjoy it for $1, I feel like I wouldn't purchase it for $7.74 because I use a lot of this on my hair. The granules are very small that I feel like there's hardly any scrubbing action to be had. So that's the only thing. So I tend to use a lot of product, maybe like about like a third of it each time I like really want to scrub my scalp, or if my hair is like extra greasy, for example. But the smell of this is very nice. It also has some fruit AHAs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, fruit-based AHAs, sugar crystals. These sugar crystals are super small, so I wouldn't worry about that. My sister also liked this product. Sadly, I only have, I think, one more. So yeah, overall, really liked it. I did see this going on sale, same size and everything, at TJX stores for $4.99. And despite that being like a lot better than $7.74, I still wouldn't purchase it just because I know I was able to purchase it for $1, if that makes sense. So there's that. Okay, next product, let's go on to scrubs because I have a few of these. So I think technically this would be Bodycare. So let's get on to one Onyx Bathhouse scrub. So this is in the Seas and Greetings. I believe this was came out during the winter time. This one is cranberry lime with cranberry oil. So I got this on mega sale for $2. So overall, I really like the scent. I think it was a predominantly cranberry scent. Let me smell it. Yeah, it was predominantly cranberry with like a little touch of a zesty lime note. So I liked it that this one was two colors. Typically Onyx Bathhouse scrubs are more than one, just a solid plain color. They have rebranded, so you know, who knows. But it was like red, red, red up to here, maybe like a maroon or like a bright cherry red, and then it was blue at the bottom. So before these scrubs had aluminum right here that you would have to break the seal in order to open it. Whereas now I feel like you can't really tell if it's been like tampered with or not because it's just like this plastic thing that you take out. It's going to be slightly crooked, oh well. Also, I want to make a note that the scrubbing power, I feel like this one was slightly more runny, so it reminded me more of a Tree Hut scrub. Whereas the other Onyx Bathhouse scrubs, I don't know if it's because they're older, but I feel like they foam up slightly more. So that's the thing. So I have a bunch of these Onyx scrubs that I need to hurry up and finish up. So I wouldn't repurchase this one just because I have other ones that I enjoy the scent slightly more. Okay, let's go on to one that my sister predominantly used. Right, so let's go on to a scrub that my sister predominantly used. This is the Tree Hut Boba Milk Tea Sugar Scrub. So this one, I was really hyped for it. I believe this came out during the collection, the same collection with the iced tea, with the apple and cinnamon one, and I believe another one that's escaping me. This does not smell like boba. This doesn't smell like milk tea. This does not smell like boba or milk tea combined. It's like oddly almost reminds me of like a watery floral, perhaps. Yeah, I feel like this isn't authentic at all. Like, this smells nothing like tapioca pearls, nothing like black tea, Earl Grey, whatever type of like milk tea you use in your milk tea products, or even there's no lactonic note. So my sister was also disappointed with this. I used this maybe like twice and she finished it off. So definitely wouldn't recommend it. If you got anything from this collection, I think the best one was the iced coffee, because that one was similar-ish to velvet coffee, but less bitter, and it was strong. It was just like the perfect roasted coffee. So I wouldn't recommend this at all. And yeah, I should have picked one more iced coffee. Although gladly, I think that that's the only one of boba milk tea that we have. But going on to Lush products, we have one from the Lush X Barbie collab that came out. This item actually went 50% off during the Boxing Day. So here we go right there. It's the Sugar Scrub 50% off. Despite it being 50% off, it's still pretty expensive. So this one, it says scrub up with swirls of sweet sugar and fruity lemon lime scent. So this one, like the little text suggests, there were, yeah, it was like a swirl, like pink and white. And I feel like it was like this artificial candy scent. Let me remind myself, because it was definitely different than Snow Fairy. Yeah, it almost reminded me of like lemony bubble gum, but slightly more artificial. My issue with this one was that while I did enjoy the scent and stuff, so the problem with this one is that I feel like I use a lot of scrub all at once. So I could have easily finished this in like 2 uses. So I really had to be mindful and only use this on areas that I felt like needed more attention, like my elbows and my knees and stuff. And also, despite the fact that this foamed, it was overall pretty gentle and it seemed a little bit more dried out than what I was imagining it. So it's definitely not the texture of the Onyx Bathhouse scrubs or nor the Tree Hut scrubs. So it definitely has its own texture. So I wouldn't recommend it. I did like the scent, but I'd probably try to get another Lush product in the same scent family. I have a Snow Fairy foaming sugar scrub that I haven't used, so I'm curious if it's the same texture or not. So there's that one. I'm going to keep this to use for the bring back. It used to be called the Black Pot Bring Back program, but I don't know what it's called now. But for 5 of these, you get $5 off or a free face mask. Okay, next we have 2 perfumes from, well, we have 2 items from small businesses. So here we have a perfume in the scent or fragrance horchata from Pixie Spell Essentials. This is their 0.5 fluid ounces or 15 milliliters. If you notice, it's kind of like wiped off. And the reason why is because I purchased this initially and the item that I got had a little like bit of cotton, I think, inside. So I contacted the seller and this was the replacement that they sent. However, despite the fact that they were the same scent, I felt like I got more of the rice water mixture with like a hint of cinnamon in the first one, whereas this one I got more of like of a red hot cinnamon scent, which I didn't enjoy. So I was like, okay, like let me like try it out a few more days, and I noticed that I was starting to get a headache from it. So I think now going forward, I need to be really mindful and stay away just altogether from cinnamon, because that can like someone's a hint of cinnamon can be mine. Oh, that's way too much cinnamon. So I ended up putting this in the bathroom and my mom just didn't like it. So I'm like, okay, I'm like out of luck. So what I ended up doing was you can open up this part right here. I just can't right now. So I opened it up and I did like this DIY potpourri thing outside by my garage area. So right now it's just, chilling, scenting up the garage. So overall, I wouldn't recommend this fragrance if you're sensitive to cinnamon, but overall, my all-time favorite scent from this shop is lemon cream. And I feel like each time I go to Trader Joe's, I wear it and someone comments that it smells like syrup, despite the fact that it's like a predominantly citrus scent. So I don't know how they get that from it, but yeah, I would purchase from the shop, but not this perfume. Next, we have a hair perfume. This is from Sugar Mama Fragrances. She is based out of California. This is the Hydrating Mist hair perfume. So this is actually a part of the sample pack. You get 3 free shipping and you get to choose your fragrance. It says hydrating hair mist because it's supposed to not dry out your hair. However, I found that to get the scent payoff that I personally wanted, I would have to drench my hair, which it made me look it made my hair look really greasy and it just wasn't a thing. So what I ended up doing was, for this hair mist, as well as the first one that I finished, I ended up spraying it on some old PJs, and I feel like the scent lasted a decent amount of time on them. So the strawberry jam fragrance, I think it was nice. However, I feel like it's slightly too artificial. It didn't seem hyper realistic to me. So I wouldn't repurchase any more hydrating hair mist. However, I feel like I maybe chose wrong when I ordered from her shop. So yeah, that's all to say. I don't think this strawberry jam is for me, nor is the type of product. Maybe I should have gotten another strawberry scent in a different format. But yeah, there's that. Also, this lid part right here, or the nozzle, it was exchanged from the first one because my original strawberry jam nozzle clogged. So it was harder to use until I finished up the first one and then I put it in here. So yeah. The last item is another small business sample, but I can't find it, so I'm going to use this in the meantime. Or I'll insert a photo. Yeah, I'll insert a photo. So the last item that I finished was from Lunar Life Apothecary. I believe the owner's name is Angela. And this is it's called her itty bitty sample. So I believe it's either 1 milliliter or 1.5. So you get to test them out there for obviously samples. So this one has chocolate and it's supposed to be like a chocolate croissant. And while I really like the opening, it smells like a milky chocolate, I feel like the dry down is slightly weird for me. So what I ended up doing was popping out it has like a little dabber, like a dabber bottle. I felt like I was only getting like little drops at a time. So I just popped it out and then poured it onto my hand. And then I ended up either mixing that with my lotion or the lotion that I was using at the time, or I ended up just using that on my skin directly. All right, so I think that's it for body care. Let's go on to home fragrance. So for home fragrance, we have one, I don't know if this is called like air freshener. Yeah, air freshener. So we have one from the Glade brand. This is the one that's always in my grandma's bathroom. Surprisingly, she's out. This is in the Snuggle dupe or like clean laundry, something like that. She always has this scent, and I don't know if it's the scent, like this particular one, that works well in her bathroom, or that the plug is like really awesome, or a combination of the two. But I find that some of my Bath and Body Works plugs or refills, you can hardly smell them after like day one, whereas this one, you can smell it all the way up until it finishes. So I'm gonna pinpoint it to the fragrance itself, because I've only ever had that scent in another one, and you can always smell it. So I don't know, but Glade does a good job at their products, and I feel like if you've tried Bath and Body Works Wallflower plugs or refills and you're not happy and you feel like the scent dissipates, I would recommend to try Glade, because I recently put in a scent that I didn't care for. I think it was Irish Cream in her bathroom, and I feel like you can really smell it, and it's been like 2 days. Unlike the Bath and Body Works one, unless you have the scent control one, you tend to either go nose blind or it just stops kind of working. So yeah, would recommend this 10 out of 10. Really enjoy it. My mom and my family also really like it as well. Okay, next we have a little tree car scent. The scent Cotton Candy. I have a bunch of backups of these. This is my favorite scent, along with a limited edition. I think it was like a cherry blossom scent. I haven't been able to find it. So this one, if you notice, it's kind of wrinkly towards the end. I like wrinkle it up so I can get more use out of it, but it's just a sugary sweet cotton, very artificial, very almost kind of like juvenile, but I enjoy it in my car. I don't, like open the packet and just put it in right here. I have the packet, and the thing is to lower it every week or every 2 weeks. So it's supposed to last you like 3 months. You should be able to smell it, and I find that that works the best. I did try spraying this with like perfumes or like body sprays, and I feel like these little trees work best, how they're intended with the plastic and stuff. So I would continue to buy from the brand Little Trees, and I have backups on cotton candy. Will forever continue to buy that. Next one, I'm not sure the brand, but I recently made a purchase on Mercari for an Illuma lid from Yankee, and the seller included like 2 pumpkin wax melts that I finished up right away. Let me see. Yeah, it just smells like kind of like a sweet pumpkin puree. Not a lot of vanilla. Yeah, but I feel like this lasted like a day in my candle crock, because I ended up putting these wax melts in an empty candle, putting that in my crock, and it must be from Yankee because I can't really smell Yankee. So I don't know what it was, but it was, it was for free, so can't really complain. Okay, then I finished one Reed diffuser. It's a little hard to see the brand, but this is from the brand Gloss. I actually wrote down the scent name because I tend to forget afterwards. This was the citrus scent. So this was in my grandma's bathroom, and I don't really like the wooden reeds, but I do like that it's kind of like matching in a sense with the lid and stuff. But I felt like towards the end, it smelled almost kind of like musky, or like had like a weird like after smell. So it wasn't this like bright orange. It was maybe kind of like oranges sitting on the on the tree for too long. Yeah, so overall, I wouldn't recommend this brand. I've also finished up one in the fragrance. I believe it was called Ocean, and it had that same smell towards the end when there was only like a little bit left. So yeah, wouldn't recommend that brand and wouldn't repurchase. Okay, next we have 4 candles. So the first one is one for DW. I have a dedicated review on this. This is in the scent Orange Cream. This is the larger single wick candle from the Soda Pop brand that's really popular. So my friend was able to find this for me for about like $8 or something at Marshall's, so that's why I purchased it. I thought that because this is bigger, it would give you more of a scent payoff, and I feel like it was overall pretty light. So this one had a pretty bad tunneling issue. If you can see, the wax is discolored. And what ended up happening is that there was a bunch of wax clean on the edge, and the candle was sitting. So then the soot was clinging onto the wax, and it just wasn't a good time. But towards the end, I started leaving it burning for like more hours, like 6+ hours. So I think that's what helped autocorrect it towards the end, but wouldn't recommend it. I'd only purchase these Soda Pop candles for like collecting purposes or like display purposes, but not for the scent to burn. Maybe only for the scent when I want to like smell something nice on cold. So there's that one. Okay, last 3 are a bunch of Homeworks candles. So first one, we have one of my favorite candles from Homeworks. This is Iced Tea. Surprisingly, I got it for the full price of $16.99 in Marshall's. Here, the fragrance notes list black tea leaves, lemon, crushed mint, mandarin, crystallized sugar. Pour date October 8th, 2022. So surprisingly, despite that this says crushed mint, I don't really pick up on it, but I do get like a powdered iced tea, like black tea mix. I don't know if it's like Nestle or Lipton, but it's very authentic, almost like salty. So this one burned all the way to the end, no real issues. And if you can see the edges, it's pretty clean. I didn't warm this one, so that's why I'm showing it to you. Let me go ahead and smell it. It still smells nice. It hasn't been tarnished or anything. Yeah, I don't think I had any issues with this particular burn, but maybe just check out my dedicated review if you want to know more details. But yeah, this actually came back on the Slacken & Co website, and I haven't found these at Marshall's or TJ Maxx stores, so I'm not sure what's up if they're still getting inventory, but my stores don't. Oh, and I really like that they used orange wax, and yeah, this lid is the cheaper brushed metal lid. Would recommend that. That's one of the candles that I really enjoy from Homeworks. My sister does as well. I think I burned it one time when it was colder and my mom didn't like it, but I think it's because she is secretly a seasonal burner. I feel like the sweet iced tea just didn't go with like how cold it was when I burned it that one time. And then the next Homeworks candle is another 4-wick. This one is in Farm Stand Blueberry. I purchased this like a year or two ago, and I believe I thought it came back, but it didn't come back for the spring 2024. The fragrance notes are orchard blueberries, blackberries, cassis, almond sugar, vanilla bean. Pour date lists September 9th, 2022. So this one had some beautiful like blue, kind of like lavender-ish wax. You might not be able to see it because it's like kind of sooty towards the end. So this one, I don't think I had any issues with the burn besides the fact that this one was a lot lighter than iced tea. I feel like iced tea gave me more strength. But this is like a realistic blueberry scent. It still leans, wait, hold on, backtrack. I'm slightly sick, so my train of thought. But I feel like this one compared to the Bath and Body Works blueberry notes is more realistic. However, you still get a slight sense of like artificial, just because I think that's the nature of blueberry scents. But I like the inclusion of the blackberries in here. I feel like it adds more deftness to it. However, I think that I was expecting the strength and throw from blueberry sugar from Bath and Body Works, and this one was definitely more of a like a medium strength, so maybe like 6-ish. Yeah, like 6-ish in my bedroom. I've had worse Homeworks candles where I can hardly smell it, so this definitely was present, but I just wanted to be a little bit stronger. Okay, speaking of horrible, okay, next we have a hobnail candle. I purchased this one on TJ Maxx, I believe, for full price. Kind of regret it now. $16.99. This one is Blueberry Lavender Cupcake. Pour date reads October 9th, 2022. Fragrance notes read wild blueberries, lavender sprigs, whipped buttercream frosting, vanilla cupcake. So this one was quite a disappointment. Oh, and also this lid is super, like, it just flies off. But this one, the wax did get discolored. Scent payoff like strength, throw, projection, all that kind of sucked eggs. It was like a low performing candle, which is a con because I really love the scent. Maybe it would have been better if I would have warmed it, but I was really intrigued by the scent because I haven't encountered a floral gourmand I loved as much as this blueberry lavender cupcake. Typically, lavender scents I don't really like, but I liked the addition of the blueberry note. So this reminded me a lot of like, let's say Pink Petal Tea Cake, where it's that one I believe was a rose with some type of a like a pound cake, I think, something like that. So yeah, unfortunately this one was like somewhere around a 3 or 4 in terms of strength and throw, and I was burning that in my medium-sized bedroom. I don't think it would have helped if I would have put it in a hurricane because I think that the flames were pretty high up. The first half of the burn might be low, and then it'll pick up during the second half, but no, unfortunately. So yeah, this one was a dud. However, iced tea, if you want a great candle, I would highly recommend that. That's if it still performs well. I know sometimes candle companies bring back candles and like something is tweaked and then the strength payoff isn't the same, i.e. Bath and Body Works, like let's say Paris Cafe. I feel like it's still relatively strong, but it was a lot stronger in the first iterations. All right, so that is it for my monthly empties for May 2024. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day. Sorry if my voice was slightly off. I'm trying to get better. I'm currently sick, but yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye.